is John Cottrell, and this is Power Hour. This is a 60-minute power vinyasa yoga practice. So glad that you're here. So in our practice today, we're going to do a combination of things. We're going to do some revolving or twisting, some bending or some forward folds, things like that, and twisting. So revolving, twisting, bending, all kinds of contortions of the body. And I'm really considering this a class that will really get into our bodies, especially if you feel some tightness or soreness and you just need some relief. Sometimes that bending and twisting is really going to help with that. I also think of this type of class as a form of healing your physical body, but also emotional and thoughtful body too. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and start. We're going to start in mountain pose. Oh, let me just first say one more thing. Be sure to have a couple of yoga blocks. So go ahead and run and get some yoga blocks. Something stackable, something firm, a couple of yoga blocks, books, something like that, okay? And I think we're ready to go. So we'll start in mountain pose. So standing nice and tall near the top of your mat. You might take a few deep breaths in and out. Just help settle into the space, arriving here in the moment. You can do this with your eyes opened. You might take a soft gaze forward or even downward towards the ground. You can even do this with your eyes closed. So again, some nice deep breaths, breathing in through your nose. And you can exhale through your nose or out through your mouth. A few more times. And just notice how you do settle in, letting go of the things that are going on outside of you. So you can start to pay attention to the things going on inside of you. And just continue with slow, steady breaths here. And again, this could be a class that's about healing or releasing, letting go with our twisting and bending, revolving practice. So if there's something that's stored up within you that maybe has been there for a little bit too long and it's time for it to go, we can use this practice to help release. As you inhale, you just want to feel the breath rising upward, filling up your lungs. Feel very expansive up top, and as you exhale, just draw navel inward towards your spine. Again, inhale for the lengthening of your spine. Grow very tall as you feel the breath rising, filling up your lungs, very expansive. As you exhale, again, we're drawing navel inward towards spine. We're engaging the abdominal lock. It's a light contraction of your abdominal muscles here. And because we're doing some twisting, some revolving, it is going to involve kind of this section of the body, your core center. Go ahead and take 3 more breaths in and out, preparing your body to move. And when you're ready, inhale and extend your arms overhead. Reach really high, big stretch. Exhale, let's fold forward, so a good hinge from your hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to, and just make your way down towards your toes. You don't have to touch your toes. So here's our first fold, bending. Then inhale, slide your hands up, the legs maybe to your shins or knees, extending your spine with a long flat back. Exhale, let's fold back down. Let's hold in forward fold for a moment. A nice release through your low back, down through your spine. This might even come right down to your shoulders. Feel free to roll your shoulders, shake them out a little bit. Check in with any tension or tightness that you might be holding on to in your shoulders and your neck. So you might nod yes, shake your head no a little bit. And of course, because we're in a forward fold, you might notice a lengthening or stretch quality down through the backs of your legs, down through your hamstrings. Let's get ready to stand. So shift your weight back into your heels, bend your knees, feel like you're sitting down into a low chair, look forward. Extend your arms out to the side, then inhale, rise up all the way, reach into the air, and exhale, bring your arms down by your side. Back to mountain pose. Hold here, take a breath or two. That's our half salute to the sun. Let's just repeat that. We're just making it flow. Whenever you're ready to move, inhale, extend your arms all the way up. That nice stretch in the body. Exhale, fold forward, leading with your heart. Keep your knees soft. The back may round as you make your way down. Inhale, let's rise up halfway until you have a long flat back like you're at a table. Exhale, let's fold. We're only holding here briefly. Just feel the sensations in your body. Then shift your weight back into your heels, lean back. Bend your knees, feel like you're sitting down. Look forward, that should extend your spine. Then extend your arms out to the side. Inhale to stand up all the way, reach up, consider it a nice stretch. Exhale, very good, arms back down by your side. Let's hold here, mountain pose. A few more deep breaths. So again, that's our half salute to the sun, a nice introduction to movement with breath. We're going to continue with movement with breath. Now ready for our sun salutation series A. Whenever you're ready to move, inhale, extend arms all the way up. Reach high through your fingertips. Exhale, leading with your heart, fold forward, soft knees. Make your way down. Inhale, let's rise up halfway. Feel the top of your head lead you forward. On this exhale, bend your knees quite a bit. Let the back round until you can bring your hands all the way to the ground. Then step both of your feet back to the back end of your mat until you're in plank pose. Let's hold here for a moment. Press firmly down into the ground with the hands. As a way to feel, if you can imagine this and feel this, your whole backside lifting up towards the ceiling. Inhale here. As you exhale, bend your knees slightly, then send your hips up into the air. We're just taking a shortcut into downward facing dog. Feel free to make any adjustments with your feet, maybe your hands, so you can just settle nicely into the pose. Once again, press firmly into the ground with the hands. Feel energy throughout the arms, up the shoulders to upper back. Knees can remain soft. That will keep your hips mobile, so you can lift your hips up a little higher. So you really want to feel like you're moving in opposite directions, so hips lifting up towards the ceilings as your hands continue to press down into the earth. And then a hug inward towards center. So perhaps imagine you're holding on to something between your forearms, for example, and even between your knees. And you have to squeeze to center to hold on to it. Okay, we're holding here a long time. We're going to inhale, get ready to move. As you exhale, draw belly in, walk, step, or even hop both feet up to the top of the mat to forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. We'll call it monkey pose. Exhale, fold. Weight shift into the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive, grow tall, reach all the way up. Exhale, arms down by your side. All right, we're going to move right away into Series B. Here we go. Inhale, extend arms up, extended mountain pose. Exhale into chair pose or chair-like position. Just imagining you're sitting back into a chair that's behind you. We'll inhale, nice extension out through your arms. Exhale, dive forward. Find the ground perhaps with your fingertips. Inhale, let's rise up halfway. Monkey pose. Exhale, bend, fold, coming all the way down. Hands to the ground. Step back, plank pose. Once you're here, breathe in to extend even more throughout the body. This exhale, bend your elbows to lower your whole body down towards the floor in a straight line. Inhale, press into the floor with the hands to straighten your arms, lifting chest so you're facing forward. Your legs are long behind you, toes pointing back behind you. Upward facing dog. Exhale onto your toes so you can lift the knees and hips up into the air. For a moment, we'll continue with our lunges. Inhale, extend right leg up behind you, reach long. Exhale, let's bring right foot up to the top of the mat, near right hand, setting it down. Then turn left heel to the floor. Be sure the whole foot's pressing firmly into the ground. Your torso is long, extended out over the thigh. Then inhale, rise up, facing forward, arms up into the air, warrior one. Exhale, fold, coming right back down. Bring your hands down to the ground. Let's step back into plank pose. Bend elbows, lower your way down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, rolling shoulders back, perhaps looking forward for your back bend. Exhale onto toes, lifting hips into the air. Make a quick adjustment as you arrive in this inverted posture. Then inhale, extend left leg up, reaching long out behind you. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel turns to the floor, grounded, connected. Extended torso over the left thigh. Inhale, rise up and reach up into the air, both arms. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold to bring both hands back down to the ground. Let's step back, plank. Let's finish the sequence. Bend elbows, come down. Inhale. Now, this could be cobra pose, or continue with your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's pause here for a moment, couple of breaths. Again, keeping a slight bend in the knees, hips nice and high. Pressing hands firmly into the ground. Be sure your palms feel flat on the mat. Okay, we're going to take a pause and go down to the ground for our back bend. You can just kneel down to take a seat or hop forward, cross your legs. Go ahead and take a seat in the center of your mat and go ahead and roll down onto your back. We're going to lie down with knees bent and feet flat on the ground. Just take a few moments here, just a few breaths perhaps, as you settle. Feel the ground underneath you. If you set an intention for your practice, this is a good time to remind yourself of that intention. Releasing, healing, cleansing is another great intention for a class like this. Alrighty, let's prepare the body to move. So you're going to inhale to fill up your lungs, bring more energy to the body. As you exhale, engage your center, engage your belly, and then lift hips up into the air, lifting away from the ground. With the upper body, you might want to get your shoulders and arms slightly underneath you if you're able. That may allow you to open up through the chest a bit more. It might even allow you to lift up a little higher, pressing feet firmly into the ground. And with your arms, you might even bend them at 90 degrees. Press your triceps and elbows down into the floor to feel the lift and expansion of the upper body. It might even help you to just maintain the pose because of this extra support with the arms. How about 3 more breaths in our bridge pose? Deep breathing is another source of cleansing and healing. So it's always a good idea just to take moments to pay attention to your breath. All right, we're going to wiggle the toes forward slightly. Let's extend both arms up into the air. We're getting ready to roll back down. Slowly, carefully, make your way back down to the earth. From here, just draw both knees into chest. You're going to carefully rock forward and back, gaining some momentum. Be sure to breathe. With a good exhale, rock your way up to seated, so you can come to boat pose. So you might sit here with the knees bent, feet. I like to flex the feet just to energize the legs. Just keeps you pretty steady here. Even holding on to the legs here. To lift up, nice extended spine with a slight angle, just like this. Be sure to lift your chin up slightly so your neck is in the same alignment as your spine. A couple more breaths. And let's get ready to move. So we'll inhale here. Exhale, cross legs. If you can, roll forward. Get your hands in front of the crossed legs. Step back, plank pose. Let's hold here for a moment. You're going to bring both knees to the ground. Now, I'm on a hardwood floor, and if you happen to be, and if you have a thin mat, like I do, you might want to have a cushion underneath. You could be a blanket, a towel, but if you don't have one, you might just want to take a fold or create a fold in your mat. We're not going to be here long. I just want to show you that you can have some cushioning for the knees if you ever need it, if you happen to not have any other props like blankets or towels. So here on hands and knees for a moment, let's do cat and cow. So you're going to inhale, lift head and heart, arching the back slightly, a little back bend feel. Exhale, let's round it all out, chin to chest, nice rounded spine. Belly button pulls up towards spine. And just go at your own pace, really moving with your own breath as you undulate the spine, moving through these 2 poses. As we exhale and round the spine, that's cat. As we inhale, look forward, creating that back bend, that's cow. Again, just a few more times, moving and breathing at your own pace. Go ahead and complete the breath that you're on and take 2 more. After that second breath, take your time. We'll just pause in a neutral tabletop posture. Keep the neck long. You might gaze downward, maybe just between the hands. Okay. And then if you've got a fold in your mat, go ahead and unfold the mat or move your cushioning out of the way. Let's return to down dog. You might want to step your hands forward slightly just so your hands are out from underneath your shoulders. Spread out your fingers. Then tuck your toes with a good exhale. Lift knees, hips, and there we are, downward facing dog. Let's continue with the lunge sequence. Inhale, extend right leg up. Let's open this up. You're going to bend your knee, bring your heel down towards backside, lifting the knee up into the air. It doesn't have to lift high. It's a hip opener, but we're also creating a mild rotation in the spine. Make sure hands feel firm, firmly connected to the ground. Inhale here. We'll exhale to unwind, step through. Right foot to the top of the mat. Left heel plants into the floor. Be sure to shift your weight back towards that foot. Elongate your spine and torso over right thigh. Then inhale, rise up. Here's first warrior. And now we can exhale and open it to a warrior two. I like to take my feet a little bit wider on the mat, lunging a little deeper. This might help, actually, because of one of the poses that we'll be doing shortly. But let's just find our warrior two. Nice lunge in front, opening up the right inner thigh, right knee and toes pointing forward. Good extension out through your arms. Let's take side angle pose. Reaching out over the right legs like so. Nice angled upper body. Rotate the arm, so your right arm, you might brace on the inside of the right leg, or left hand up into the air like this. Now this right hand could touch the ground or bring in those stacked blocks if you want to go a little lower. This is good for me, but you're certainly welcome to go lower if that feels best for you. Okay, let's move. We're going to breathe in. Exhale, let's turn, fold, bring hands down to the ground. Let's step back into plank pose. Hold briefly. Long straight line. Take a shortcut to down dog. Bend your knees. Lift hips up into the air. Make any adjustments to help settle in. Then the other side. Let's inhale to extend left leg up. You're going to bend and twist, or bend the knee, bring your heel down towards backside, lifting the knee up towards the ceiling. It'll feel really like your knee is pointing to the left side of the room, but it opens the hips and it creates a mild rotation in the spine. Be sure you're not dumping or collapsing too much in your right shoulder. I want to see if you can keep your upper body kind of square. Let's inhale. Exhale, unwind and step through. Left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel turns to the floor. Elongate your torso over this leg. Inhale, rise. Warrior one. And our exhale here to warrior two. Adjusting as you need to. Make sure your left knee and toes are pointing directly forward so you have a nice opening in the left inner thigh. Arms extending outward, parallel to the floor. Warrior two. Then side angle. So we're reaching out over this left leg. Rotate the arms. Again, for me, left arm is just braced against the inner left thigh, while the right hand's lifting into the air. Or you can certainly go lower, touching the ground perhaps if you can reach it, or setting your fingertips or palm on some stacked blocks. But a nice opening through the front side of the body. Let's breathe in. And an exhale, we'll turn. We'll bring both hands back down to the ground and step back, pause in plank. And once again, a shortcut to down dog. Bend your knees, lifting hips into the sky. Hold for a moment. 2 more breaths. A nice full inhale. And as you exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet up to the top of the mat. Inhale to extend your spine. Exhale, fold. Weights in the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Come all the way up, reach into the air. And exhale, arms down by your side. Excellent. Alrighty, well done. Okay, let's get into some twisting. So we're going to do a chair pose with a twist. This can be quite mild. Okay, we don't have to twist too far as we get into this pose, okay? Now you may want to start with your feet, once again, hip distance apart. Some other options are bringing the feet together, squeezing the inner legs into each other, or even placing a block between the thighs if you'd like. All of these are correct. I'm just going to stand with feet about hip distance. Together, let's inhale, take both arms up. Exhale, take chair pose. You don't have to sit back too far. I'm going to turn sideways here. And then bring hands to heart center. You can even see how I'm not really deep into this seat. And that's perfect for this first time here. We want to keep a nice extension of the spine. From the waistline down, we want to make sure everything's still even and aligned. If you look down at your knees, okay, they're still aligned with one another, that one isn't shifting in front of the other, okay? Hands to heart. Here we go. We're going to inhale, more elongation through spine. Exhale, draw belly in, and a twist to your right. Okay, a little twist to your right. And again, you don't have to go too far in the rotation. You don't have to sit back down too deeply. And I'm kind of demonstrating that here. But you're certainly welcome to sit back, come down lower, and even get this left elbow to the outside of the right knee or thigh. Okay, we'll breathe in place. Exhale, unwind. Place hands on thighs. Push into the thighs just to help assist your own body standing up. Reach up into the air. And go ahead and bring your hands down to heart center. Very nice. Let's do the exact same thing other side. Here we go. Inhale, reach into the air. Exhale, take your chair pose. Doesn't have to be too deep unless you'd like to. Hands to heart center. Here's my chair pose. Check in with body. Feet are grounded. Knees are aligned. When the knees are aligned, that means your hips are aligned. Perfect for this position. Let's breathe in. Exhale, draw belly in, and just an upper body rotation to your left. Just a little bit is fine. So this is our twisting pose. Just a chair pose with a twist. A couple more breaths here. Twisting, as some of the other revolving postures that we're going to be doing, helps to kind of wring out the insides for cleansing and healing. Also provides some more flexibility and mobility through the sides of the body. Let's breathe in and exhale, unwind. Place hands on thighs. Again, push to help stand up nice and tall, finishing by bringing both arms up into the air and exhale, hands down to your heart. Let's hold in stillness, take a couple of breaths, and then we'll continue. All right, let's create a nice flow here and add on. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, chair pose. Once in your seat, inhale, reach out. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, hands to the floor, walk, step, or hop, both feet back, plank pose, bend elbows, lower your way down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, or choose cobra if you'd like. Exhale, downward facing dog. Whenever you're ready, inhale, extend right leg up, bend the knee, heel comes down, knee lifts up for a little twist. As you exhale, unwind it, step through. Right foot to the top of the mat. Left heel plants to the floor. Find that balance. Inhale, float your way up. Warrior 1. Exhale, opening Warrior 2. Let's get settled into the pose. If you can, go a little wider and deeper. Nice extension out through your arms. Side angle, reach out. Maybe reach out a little bit more. Rotate the arms. So maybe this hand is getting closer to the ground. We're going to add on to this. Okay, follow me. Inhale, reach up and down with your hands. As we exhale, we're going to turn towards the floor. You're going to bring your left hand either right down to the ground or bring in your stacked blocks. I'm going to use stacked blocks for this. Okay, so left hand next to right foot. Rise up onto your tiptoes behind you so everything's nice and long and aligned here in this lunge. So we're creating a revolved position here. Take your right hand out to the right side of the room. With the crown of your head, feel like you're moving forward. Inhale with these extensions. Exhale, turn your torso towards the right side of the room, and this will open you up sideways, okay? And in a twist or revolving. So basically a revolving side angle pose. And your right hand perhaps reaching into the air. Notice where you have sensation. I can actually feel this in my hips. Let's breathe in. Exhale, let's unwind. Bring the hands back down. Move your blocks, but keep them handy so you can easily grab them for the other side. Both hands on the mat, step back, plank pose, finish your sequence. Perhaps come down, chaturanga. You can also just skip this and go right into down dog if you'd like. Or complete the series. Put in your back bend and arrive in down dog. Other side, inhale, extend left leg up. Bend, twist, lift the knee. Spinal rotation just a little bit. As you exhale, unwind, step through. Landing, right heel plants. Firm connection to the floor. Extend out through leg. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, opening Warrior 2. Again, a little wider with the feet if you can, lunging deeply. Side angle, rotate. The arms, reach down, reach up. Okay, we're getting ready to revolve or twist this pose. Inhale, reach high and low. Exhale, turn to bring this right hand either down to the mat or once again, bring in your stacked blocks. Hopefully they're still nearby. Rise up onto your tiptoes behind you. Again, this is a variation of the pose just to get everything nicely aligned, facing in the same direction. Then take left hand, reach it to the left side of the room. The top of your head is trying to go forward. Inhale to get more extension. Exhale, revolve, twist, turn torso towards left side of the room while left hand reaches into the air. Now you might be looking up at the left hand, but you can keep your head neutral, look straight ahead, or even down at the floor. Let's breathe in. Exhale, let's come back down to the ground. With both hands, move the blocks. Slide left foot back. Complete your series. We'll meet up together in downward facing dog. All right, let's add on. Go ahead and inhale and extend right leg up behind you, reach. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. We're going to high lunge. So we are going to keep the left heel lifted, all 10 toes pointing forward. Very similar to what we just did in those revolving side angles, just to align the whole body. Okay, we are shifting the weight back a little bit, so you feel some balance on both feet, even though that left heel is lifted, and there's some lightness in your hands. See how I can lift my hands quite easily? Extend through the spine. We are going to rise up. Here's our high lunge. Reach up and then lunge low. So both knees probably have a good bend in them, and then squeeze to center line like we talked about earlier. Hugging inward as if you're maybe holding on to a block between the knees and even between your hands. Now, we're going to rise up to straighten both legs as best as you can, and then pivot left heel to the floor as you turn to the side of the room and bring your arms back down to parallel. We're ready for triangle. Both legs are straight. Be sure your front leg is straight here. Reach out over the front leg, like so, then rotate the arm. So right hand coming down, left hand up into the air. So here's our triangle pose. Now, we are going to revolve this posture. First, just experiencing these nice hamstring stretches. Here we go. Now, I like to lift up just a little bit, just to get unlocked from the hips, because this kind of locks my hips a little bit when I'm down too low. So a bit of a lift unlock, so I can actually turn my torso. First, I'm just kind of facing forward out over this right leg, starting to fold a little bit out of that right leg. Actually, I'm going to kind of break pose a little bit because I need to bring in some blocks. I'm going to bring in my stacked blocks. I've turned them sideways because I need a little bit of height here. And then once I've got my left hand planted on my blocks, can you see my right knee is bent? I'm pulling back to re-extend this front leg. And I want to get some extension out through my torso, going forward. Then sweeping right hand out to the right side, and then twisting to the right side. Now I have to be careful because these blocks are not steady, so I have to be careful here. Now your hand, that left hand, might be able to reach the ground, or you might not need to stack them this high, okay? And notice we've got the whole left foot on the ground. It just creates a different sensation. Okay, to come out of this pose, first, let's just unwind. Bring this right hand down. Bend the right knee to lunge. I'm going to move my blocks here. I should move the blocks out front. Let's try this. Okay? So the blocks are out front. They're out in front of my yoga mat because I'm going to give myself a little push and launch. So I'm going to balance on right foot. You can even rise up on tiptoes behind you and bend the knee, push and launch, just like this. Extend, lengthening here. Reaching through the top of the head, even reaching through the tiptoes behind you. Bend this left knee. Bring the left knee in towards your chest or chin, rounding your spine. You're basically just looking down to see the knee coming at you. And then set the foot down next to the other. You're in forward fold here. Go ahead and complete that forward fold. Inhale, spinal extension.
Exhale, hands to the floor. Step both feet back, plank pose. If you'd like, come on down, chaturanga. Up dog. And downward facing dog. Alrighty, so we added some new poses there. So a whole triangle sequence. Other side. Inhale, extend left leg up. And then left foot to the top of the mat. We're going to high lunge first. I'm going to get my blocks in a little closer here. So keep the heel lifted behind you, all 10 toes pointing forward. Balanced on both feet. Less weight in the hands, so you can inhale, easily hinge from hips and rise up. Reach high, lunge low. Hold. Hug to center. Just feel the legs engage. You might even feel your arms engage here. Let's rise up to straighten the legs, straight as can be. Pivot right heel to the floor as you turn sideways towards the right side of the room as your arms come down to parallel. We're prepped for triangle. Follow the left hand out over this extended left leg. Right there, rotate arms. You don't have to go down too low unless you're able to or you want to. Here is good for me. Remember, for me, this kind of locks my hips in place. I have less mobility, but it's okay. And I do feel that stretch in the left hamstring. It just means when we're ready to move, I need to lift out of this side bend to revolve, which is what we'll do now. So I'm lifting a little bit to unlock my hips so I can easily turn my torso, now facing forward, starting to fold out over this left leg. I'm going to break pose, bending my knees so I can bring in my blocks. Same thing. I want to stack mine high. Place right hand on stacked blocks. Torso extending forward, crown leading forward. That back foot still planted on the floor if you're able. You could do this on your toes back there, but if you can, keep the heel planted. Left arm out to the side, and then revolve. And there's our revolving triangle pose. Now I probably can go a little lower with this, but I'll stay here for now. Oh, I forgot to straighten the left leg. Let's not forget to straighten the left leg here. To come out of the pose, unwind, bend the left knee. Let's bring both blocks out in front of you, or it could just be your hands on the floor. Rise up on the tiptoes behind you. Bend that back knee so you can actually launch, lift up to balance. Balancing on left foot, right leg extending out behind you. Nice long straight spine, crown leading forward. Breathe in. As you exhale, bend the right knee, bring it in towards chest or chin. Look down so you can see the knee coming at you. Set the foot down next to the other. Complete the forward fold. Setting your blocks in a convenient space. We're going to stand up. Weights in the heels. Bend your knees. Look forward. Spread your wings. Inhale, stand up tall. Reach up high. Exhale, arms back down by your side. Well done. Alrighty, let's start putting some things together. We still have another pose to create and put into this mix, but let's just keep this moving. Okay, so we've done some pretty dynamic revolving postures already, but we have one more to do. All right, let's go ahead and start. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, take chair pose. As you sit, bring the hands down to heart center. We're gonna twist our chair. Breathe in, lengthening through spine. Exhale, twist to your right. Again, you're welcome to sit down low, twist more if you'd like. Just be mindful of how this feels for you. Breathe in. Exhale, unwind. Fold, come all the way down. We're going to keep moving through this sequence on this side. Inhale, lengthening halfway up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step both feet back, plank pose, come down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keep it moving as you're able. When you're ready, inhale, extend right leg up, bend and twist, opening up. As you unwind, exhale, step through, right foot to the top of the mat, left heel plants down behind you. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, opening, warrior two. Maybe a little wider, more distance between the feet. Side angle, reach way out there. Rotate the arms. We're gonna twist here. Breathe in, reach high and low. Exhale, bring left hand down to the floor or blocks. I'm just gonna bring in one block here. Rise up onto tiptoes behind you. This is the variation of the pose. extending out through spine, right arm out to the right side, but continue revolving. There we are. Breathe in. Exhale, unwind. Hands to the floor. Now we're going to take this into down dog. Hands are on the mat, but slide the right foot back and up into the air as it takes you to down dog. So we're in down dog, right leg re-extended into the air. Inhale. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. We're going to high lunge. Shifting weight back, balanced, all 10 toes pointing forward. Hinge your way up. Reach high lunge low. Hold for a moment. Find your centering. Hug to center. Inhale, lift to straighten both legs. Pivot left heel to the floor. Open up sideways. Prepped for triangle. Take your triangle. Reach out. Rotate arms. We're going to get ready to revolve the triangle. Breathe in. Reach high and low. On my exhale, I like to lift, rotate, fold. Bring in this left block. Okay, I need to bend the right knee to go get that block, but re-extend the right leg. Don't forget, extending both legs, extending spine, right arm out to the side, revolve. Okay, we're going to add something here. Breathe in. Exhale, unwind, bend the right knee. Use your blocks if you need to launch forward to balance on right foot. Now we need to really extend out through the spine, energy in this back leg. I would suggest flexing the foot. We're going to twist this posture, which means your left hand will stay on your block or fingertips on the floor. See if you can extend right arm out to right side and twist. Now you might not twist completely to the right side of the room. That's okay. The main thing here is try to keep kicking this left leg up into the air. Because of the rotation, it may have a tendency to lower, okay? Just keep kicking it up. Unwind. Hands to the block. Bend the knee. Bring the knee in towards chest, let the back round. Bring foot down next to the other. Complete your forward fold. Reverse your swan dive. Come up to standing. Reach all the way up. We're going right away to the other side. Chair pose. As you take chair, bring hands to heart center. Inhale, more lengthen the spine. Exhale, now twist to your left. Make sure your hips are moving directly back. Even check in with your knees. Be sure they're still aligned with one another. Breathe in. Exhale, unwind, fold. Hands to the mat. Walk, step, or hop, both feet back. Plank pose. Come on down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, here's up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. When you're ready, inhale, extend the left leg up into the air, bend, twist open. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat, right heel plants into the floor behind you. Find that balance, then rise, first warrior. And our exhale opening to warrior two. Right away, side angle. Rotate the arms, inhale, high and low. Exhale, revolve, right hand down to the floor or block. Rise up onto tiptoes behind you, extending spine, extend left arm, and then twist to the left side. There we are. Okay, we're breathing in. Exhale, hands to the floor. Down dog, so hands on the mat. Sweep this left foot back and up into the air, down dog. With an exhale, return the left foot to the top of the mat, high lunge. Here we are. Reach high, lunge low, hug to center. Get those connections first, then we'll rise, straightening both legs. Pivot right heel to the floor, opening up sideways, prepped for triangle. Reach out over left leg. Rotate arms. Hold for a second. Ready to revolve. Breathe in. On the exhale, I like to lift, rotate, fold. Go get a block. It's my right block over here. Re-extend left leg. Don't forget, because it's a revolving triangle pose. So both legs are straight as can be here. Breathe in. Exhale, we're unwinding, bending this left knee. Maybe grab both blocks, send them forward so you can launch yourself up into this balancing position. Good energy in the right leg lifting up behind you. And we're going to twist. So right hand will stay on the block. Take left hand, reach out to the left side, and then revolve. Again, you may not turn all the way. That's okay. But it is an opening sensation, and just pay attention to keep kicking this right leg up into the air so it stays mostly parallel to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, let's bring the hands back down to the blocks, squaring out the body. Bend the right knee, bring it in towards chest. Foot down. Forward fold. Inhale, monkey, follow me. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, plank pose. Hold plank. Bring both knees to the ground. Okay, sit back briefly in child's pose. You might want to take the knees a little wider here. And then sit back. Taking a brief pause here, we're adding another sequence, another little movement for the body. It's actually another twist. Just want to take a quick rest here. All right, how about 2 more breaths? You can certainly stay here a little longer if you'd like. All right, then we're going to come back up to hands and knees. And for this, again, if you'd like to, you can certainly pad your knees. I'm just going to do that same thing where I just create a little fold in my mat for my knees here. Okay, so the posture we're going to work towards here is spinal balance. We're going to change it into a slight twist and back bend. First, cat and cow. Inhale, cow, look forward. That's the back bend. Exhale, round it out, cat. Hold cat. Keep breathing, but just hold the cat position. Shifting your weight into right knee, your right knee. Less weight in the left leg so you can extend left leg back, reaching back through a flexed foot, pushing through the heel or pointed toes. Then extend your right arm forward, reach. This is spinal balance. So opposite limbs, right hand, left leg are up and lifting away. Now bend the left knee, bring your heel towards backside. Then take right hand, reach behind you if you can. Grab hold of your ankle or foot or a big toe. And again, lifting as best as you can. This is just taking a little deeper. Lifting. This creates a back bend, but because of the opposite limbs, we've got a bit of a twist going on. One nickname for this posture is tiger pose. We're going to release, re-extend. And then bring hand and knee back down. Let's take one more child's pose. Sitting back just to get a little elongation through the spine after being in that back bend and slight twist. Just want to get a little relief in the low back, preparing for the other side. Take 2 more breaths here. When you're ready, come back up to hands and knees. We'll be ready for the other side, starting with spinal balance. Actually, our cat and cow first. Inhale, cow, look forward, creating the back bend. Exhale, round into cat. Pull belly button up towards spine. Hold this for a second. Start shifting weight into the left knee. Extend right leg back, straight as can be, maybe parallel to the floor. And then extend left arm forward. This should re-extend the spine after being in cat pose. Really reach. Even that hugging to center sensation like we did in chair pose with a twist, for example. Bend the right knee, bring heel towards backside. Reach back with this left hand, see if you can touch or grab hold of the heel, ankle, foot, toe. You can stay just like this. You're in a bit of a twist and a slight back bend. To take it further, lift the foot towards ceiling. Look forward out in front of you, lifting a little higher. If your torso is mostly square, then you've created the twist automatically. Let's re-extend, releasing. Bring hand and knee back down to the ground. Let's just do a series of cat and cow. Keep it flowing here. Concentrating probably mostly on cat pose, the rounding of the spine. 2 more on your own. Or we're going to put a sequence together, and I've got a little bit of a surprise variation or a surprise sequencing towards the end. Alrighty. If you Created a fold in your mat. Let's get the fold out of the mat. Return to down dog. Step your hands forward, tuck toes, lift knees and hips, elongate through spine. Inhale, here we go. Exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet up to the top of the mat. Inhale to extend your spine. Exhale, fold. There's our bending. Weights in the heels, bent knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Come to standing, reach all the way up. Exhale, arms down by your side. Take a few moments here, since this is kind of our neutral starting position. Shake your shoulders, a little stretch in the neck, some deep breaths. We have a big sequence here. Your blocks are ready. I've got a block on either side of my mat, ready to go. And this, of course, will start with our chair pose with a twist. Inhale, extend both arms up. Exhale, take chair pose. As you're taking your seat, bring hands to heart center. Inhale to find more elongation through spine. Exhale, twist to your right side. Breathe in. Exhale, unwind and fold. Inhale, lifting halfway up. Exhale, hands to the floor, walk, step, or hop, both feet back, plank pose. Come down if you'd like. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keep moving. Inhale, extend right leg up, bend and twist. And then right foot to the top of the mat. Left heel plants into the ground. We're rising up, warrior one. Exhale, opening warrior two. Side angle pose. Breathing in, ready to revolve. Exhale, turn, bring left hand down to the floor or bring in that block. Rise up onto tiptoes behind you, extending through spine. Right arm out to the right side and just twist to the right. Now listen carefully. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the floor. Move the blocks out of the way. Bring left knee to the ground. Left knee. As you're able, slide the right foot back and into the air, straight line parallel to the floor. And extend left arm forward. Reach, spinal balance. Bend the right knee, heel towards backside. Reach back with left hand. So we're doing our tiger pose here. Lift, create more back bend. Release, re-extend. Straight line. Bring left hand to the floor. Stay like this. Tuck left set of toes. Just your left foot. The right foot still in the air. Use those tuck toes to lift knee, down dog. Right foot to the top of the mat, high lunge. Okay, so we added our spinal balance sequence. Rise up, straighten the legs, pivot open, prep for triangle. Take your triangle. Reach out, rotate. Inhale. Exhale, revolve. Grab that block if you need to. Be sure to straighten this front leg. Right arm out to the right side. You're facing the right side of the room. Now, here's our little trick. Stay in the twist. Bend the right knee. Shifting forward. Pushing through the back set of toes. And rising up into that twisted half moon pose that we did earlier. And then bring right hand to the floor or to the block. Bend the left knee, bring it in towards chest. Set the foot down. Forward fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Come to standing. That's the sequence. Let's do the other side. Exhale, chair pose, hands to heart center. Inhale, elongate through spine. Exhale, twist to your left. Nice. Keep it moving. Let's breathe in. Exhale, let's unwind and fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, hands to the floor. Hop or step both feet back. Plank. Come on down. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Here we go. Inhale, extend left leg up. Bend and twist. As you exhale, unwind, step through. Warrior one. Right heel plants. Rise up when you're ready. Inhale. Exhale, opening warrior two. Side angle right away. Rotate the arms up and down. Inhale, reach high and low. Exhale, revolve. Right hand coming down to the floor or block. Rise up onto tiptoes behind you. Make sure your spine is straight. Left arm out to the left side so you can twist to the left. Okay, breathe in. Exhale, hands to the floor. All right, here's that new part. Right knee comes down to the ground. Carefully. We're going to spinal balance. So we're sliding this left foot back and into the air paralleled with the floor like so. Then extend right arm forward. There's spinal balance. Go for the twist and back bend. Bend the knee, left knee. Reach back with right hand. Grab hold of the foot and lift as you're able for the back bend. Release, re-extend. Bring just the right hand to the ground. Tuck your right set of toes. Lift to down dog. Left leg should be in the air. High lunge. Left foot steps through. Find that balance so you can rise up. Reach high lunge low. Hug to center. Rise up to straighten both legs. Pivot open to the right side of the room. Prep for triangle. Take triangle. Rotate your arms. Reach high and low. Inhale. Here we go. Exhale to revolve it. Folding, I'm going to get my block. Straightening this left leg. Opening to the left side. Now, we're going to stay in the twist. We're just going to go for the balance. We're going to be balancing on the left foot. So go ahead and bend this left knee. Step this right block forward. Push from that back foot, lifting it up into the air. Hopefully maintaining the twist. Kick that right leg up. Maybe flex the foot. Inhale. Exhale. Left hand to the floor or block. Squaring things out. Bend the right knee. Bring it in towards chest. Let's set the foot down. Forward fold. Nice complete forward fold here. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, hands to the floor. Let's step back. Plank pose. One last chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. That is our series. Revolve, bend, and twist. Let's go to the floor. Hop forward, cross legs, take a seat. Sit in the center of your mat. Go ahead and roll down onto your back. Go ahead and hug both knees into chest. Take some deep breaths here. Even check in with your breath. Just notice if you might be slightly out of breath. That was a pretty dynamic sequence, lots of movement. And as you're tuning into breath, you might want to take some deep breaths to help cleanse, heal, and even come back to kind of this nice, comfortable baseline. And if you may notice, I'm just creating some circles here, a nice massage for the spine, the muscles along the back, especially down the low back and hips. Let's take a hip opener. You can choose one that you like. I'm going to take happy baby pose. I might even do 2 hip openers here, but I'm going to start with happy baby pose. Again, just kind of getting into the hips. For me, this positively affects my low back, which I like, especially after the twisting that we did. It was a lot of balancing, and it involved our hips, low back, right? We even had that little bit of a back bend in tiger pose. All right, here's my second hip opener. I'm going to bring the soles of the feet together and set the feet down on the ground, letting the legs just heavily fall open. And this allows my body just to really relax and allow for that inner thigh stretch. And once again, just returning to breathing, taking those slow, deep breaths. Coming to the close of our practice. And just as we did a little earlier in the practice, this is a good time to remind yourself of your intention if you happen to have set one. Our revolving, bending, and twisting practice today. A lot of dynamics. Perhaps offering ways to release.
Let's go ahead and take 2 more breaths wherever you happen to be. We're going to add 1 more twisting pose. Or you might hug both knees into chest. And carefully take both knees over to the left side. Extend your right arm to the right side. Nice deep cleansing breaths here, especially in this particular twist. It's a little bit more comfortable compared to the other twists that we did. They were a little bit more dynamic. And whenever you're ready, bring the knees back up to center. You might even hug the knees in a little closer for a little stretch. And then take knees over to the right side. Left arm extends to the left side. Spinal twist. And maybe 2 more on this side, but of course you're welcome to stay here longer. You can even repeat both sides once again if you wanted to. But whenever you're complete, just come back up to center. 1 more hug of the knees in. And then Shavasana, extending both legs out in front of you, arms relaxing down by your side, perhaps with your palms up. Make sure everything relaxes here, starting with your feet. When the feet just naturally fall open, your legs do the same. It relaxes the hips, your low back. Let that travel up the body, through your spine, your shoulders, your head. You can keep your eyes open if you'd like, or close your eyes to go inward. You might even take a journey inward and just notice what spaces you've opened. What were you able to release? And if you've made that space, you can keep it spacious, or maybe now it's ready to be filled with all your positive and lovely intentions, all that you desire, need, and want. Just notice how you're relaxing, sinking deeply into the earth. And of course, you're very welcome to stay here as long as you'd like, especially if you've found a very comfortable position. You're not quite ready to move. That's okay. Just stay here. And when you are ready to move, you might start with a few deep breaths, maybe 5 deep, cleansing breaths. Feeling movement return to your body. Then after your 5th breath, move in slow motion and carefully roll to either side of your body into a nurturing pose. And then slowly rising when you're ready. Take your time. Find a comfortable seat. You might sit on your blanket, a pillow, or even up on a block. You can sit with your legs crossed. Sit up nice and tall with a lengthened spine. Arms are relaxed, shoulders are relaxed, and your hands can just rest in your lap for a moment. Find your breath. And One more movement together. Let's inhale, extend both arms up into the air, reach high. Exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart. Return to stillness, find your breath. Take a deep breath. And as we come to the close of our practice together, we bow, saying Namaste.